Welcome to Australia's most dangerous sea. A world where death and beauty coexist, just a wave away. A jellyfish that seems harmless, but can stop your heart in just 3 minutes. And a crocodile can silently pull you away from the water's edge before anyone else sees. This is no hype. This is reality. Right under the clear blue water in front of you, go discover Australia's deadliest waters. From box jellyfish to saltwater crocs, lurking beneath the warm, clear waters of northern Australia, a nearly invisible creature drifts gently in the current. It has no fins, no teeth, no warning sounds, but just one touch can stop a person's heart for 3 minutes. This is the Australian box jellyfish. This seemingly fragile and soft creature is one of the most dangerous sea creatures ever recorded. Its body is almost completely transparent. From the four corners of the belly merge tentacles, which can be as long as 9.84 feet. On each tentacle, millions of venom cells are ready to be activated. When they come into contact with human skin, these cells instantly release microscopic needles, injecting the toxin directly into the circulatory system. The pain is instantaneous: burning, muscle cramps, dizziness, and if a large area is stung, the victim can go into cardiac arrest within minutes. Many victims don't even know they've been stung until they're too weak to swim to shore. And if you thought a nearly transparent creature was scary, wait until you see this one. Smaller, more venomous, and completely invisible. Irukandji, a jellyfish smaller than a human fingernail, only about 0.39 to 0.79 in long, completely transparent, and almost invisible to the naked eye. It easily slips through beach screens, drifts along with the currents unnoticed. The first sting, no pain, no noticeable symptoms. But after 20 to 30 minutes, a chain reaction begins. Muscle spasms, nausea, headache, high blood pressure, and extreme anxiety. Some victims describe the pain it causes as being burned from the inside. Some, in desperation, beg for death to be hastened. Hundreds of hospital admissions due to Irukandji are recorded in Queensland each year, and while the death rate is low, the fear it instills is very real. If even clear water is no longer safe, what then lurks in the murky waters? While invisible creatures have terrified humans, in the deep waters, a famous predator is quietly approaching. The great white shark, a symbol of ocean power. They can grow to be about 19.69 feet long. They weigh more than 2 tons. They have multi-layered teeth as sharp as blades and a bite force of up to 18,000 newtons. A single bite can tear apart the entire body of its prey. Closer to shore, another shark strikes fear in a different way, the bull shark. Aggressive, impatient, and unlike the great white, it doesn't live only in the ocean. They swim deep into freshwater rivers where humans are least likely to be. Most shark bites are test bites to determine the target, but with such a powerful bite, a test bite is more than enough. They don't intentionally prey on humans, but if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, the consequences are unpredictable. But sharks aren't the only creatures that dare to approach humans, because there's one that doesn't need to swim. It's waiting for you right at the water's edge. Of all the terrifying creatures of the sea, only one can leave the water and come right up to shore. The saltwater crocodile, the apex predator of the brackish waters of northern Australia, approximately 19.69 feet long, weighs a ton, and has the strongest bite in the animal kingdom. 3,700 pounds per square inch, enough to crush bone and metal. But it is not their strength that makes them most fearsome. It is their patience that is their deadly weapon. They do not chase. They lurk, sometimes for hours, completely motionless beneath the still water, just waiting for a mistake. Then suddenly, in a split second, they shoot up like a living arrow, dragging the victim down without making a sound. Dozens of attacks have been reported in Queensland and the Northern Territory. Many riverside communities have had to change their habits, even their way of life, just to avoid encountering this creature. As the sunlight filters through the water, a shimmering silken strip slithers across the seabed. Beautiful, gentle, and deadly sea serpent. This dazzling creature can easily fool the eye with its iridescent blue scales. Its graceful body seems to dance in the current. But hidden behind that gentle appearance is a reserve of venom hundreds of times more powerful than that of a cobra. They don't growl, they don't warn, they approach silently. And when they do bite, the wound is so small you barely notice it. Within hours, the victim begins to have muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, and then stops breathing altogether. There's no excruciating pain, there's no blood, just a quiet death. And in the warm waters off Australia's coast, from the Great Barrier Reef to the top end, these sea snakes lurk beneath the seemingly harmless waves, making a dive possibly your last. They don't move, they don't make a sound, they don't arouse any suspicion, but that silence is a deadly trap. Under the sand of the seabed, a creature shaped like a rock lies motionless as if it doesn't exist. It is the stonefish. Its back is covered with moss. Its skin is rough like coral. It hides among the rubble and algae. But just one accidental step on it, 13 poisonous needle-like spines will shoot out immediately, transmitting a poison that causes extreme pain, tissue necrosis, and in many cases, cardiac arrest. Victims don't scream out of fear. They scream because they feel like their bodies are burning from the inside. But the stonefish isn't the only creature that uses its shell to trap them. Hidden among coral reefs are the crown-of-thorn starfish, a cluster of soft purple spines that look almost pretty, but each spine is a poisonous needle. The slightest touch can lead to severe inflammation, swelling, high fever, and pain that lasts for days. Sometimes just lying still is enough to become a killer. It's no coincidence that Australia is home to some of the most dangerous creatures on the planet. It's not because nature is harsh. The reason lies in evolutionary history. Australia is an isolated continent cut off from the rest of the world for more than 30 million years. There are no large carnivores like lions, bears, or lynxes. No elephants, no primates, just native species competing with each other for survival. And to survive in an environment with a lack of food, fresh water, harsh sunlight, and drought, nature has selected creatures with sophisticated venom, superior camouflage, lightning-fast attack speed, and superior reflexes. From the sea snake with venom hundreds of times stronger than a cobra to the saltwater crocodile with the strongest bite in the animal kingdom to the box jellyfish that can stop a heart in 3 minutes. All are the result of millions of years of adaptation in an isolated world, not because they want to kill you, but because they have learned to survive in a world that has no room for mistakes. In the emerald green waters of Australia, everything seems peaceful. But behind that beauty are the most sophisticated survival mechanisms, the most dangerous biological weapons that nature has ever created. But if you thought Australian life was the height of extremes, wait until you meet the sharks that can live in boiling water, the glowing shrimps that live at the bottom of volcanic craters, and the creatures that survive in a burning ocean. Next episode, Volcanic Oceans and Fireproof Sharks. Discover creatures that live where no life should exist. Don't leave the ocean. What's coming next is beyond your imagination.